I purchased this DP 350 drill press online, which was a mistake because it had issues. I would have taken it back in a heartbeat. When you send it back to the vendor, it's going to cost $50 to $75. So beware of buying large, heavy things online. They may be guaranteed, but the freight to ship them back is prohibitive. This drill press, when you look at it, the pulley behind the T, you can see a shaft sticking up with a black nut that's called a jam nut. When this thing first, I received it, I turned the throttle speeds up to 3100 RPM. Right about there where the dial is, it started making a loud humming sound, and then the speed got locked in at high speed, 3100 RPM. When I called tech support, the first time the lady was useless. The second time I talked to a lady, she was very helpful. And I believe her name is Rita. She had mentioned that jam nut, the black jam nut on the front pulley should be screwed onto the threaded rod or the shaft. Well, the jam nut was floating on at the very top of the shaft, and the silver pulley is two halves, but the top half was just floating. It was about a quarter inch from the top of the shaft. The jam nut was right on the top, not screwed in, just flowing freely. When they made this thing in China, unfortunately, there's no quality control, so the jam nut was not screwed on, and the lock nut or the set screw in the silver pulley was not screwed in at all, so the pulley just let loose and it was just floating freely. Well, after speaking to Rita, I was able to push that silver pulley down, screw the jam nut on the threaded shaft, and then I tightened up the lock screw. It worked a lot better. The only problem I had is when I got to the higher speed, about 3/4, half to 3/4 sway on that right white area where you see now it's on the right white area. You can hear it's quite noisy, a lot of slop in the fan belt. It's much better now since I took the back piece apart and I lubricated, cleaned it out. There was a barrier to get that set spring back down in the back pulley because there's a clip that's got to be put on with a special tool which opens the clip up so it works and fits. But anyway, I got the thing working satisfactorily now. I also found out it didn't have the laser, which I thought it did, but the Delta 350L has the laser. I did not get the L, which I was not aware of, but for my trouble, Rita is nice enough to send me a new fan belt because of the unusual wear in the fan belt I had, and she's also going to get me a laser which will connect onto the shaft. So I'm relatively happy now with the treatment Delta gave me, even though I did rate them very poorly before this had all happened.
Thinking he would be healed. God would make him better, wouldn't he?
That's it.